Welcome to Switch It Up. It's already not going really well. This is going to be the hardest video I think we're going to make because it's a talking head video. That's what I call these, where you just sit on a couch and you just talk. But it's the only way that we can answer all of the questions that we have received since we've started. So we're going to do our best to answer all these questions. Sheila's done an amazing job writing them down, categorizing them, sticking them in their place, doing all the things. And we're going to do that right when we return from our intro. Did you like that?
A man and a woman left their home to switch things up and go on the road. They didn't know where they would go, but it's gotta be better than staying home. They switched it up. They switched it up.
All right. I hope you enjoyed our intro. That's one of the questions that we receive a lot, and we're going to answer that on where it came from, how it developed, and what was going on. I don't know how to do this. How are we going to do this? It seemed like a lot of work just to get to this point, and I'm already hot. Okay, cut. All right, Sheila, let's get to the questions, all the questions we've received. How many questions do you think we've received since we started?
I didn't count them. I just categorized them.
Okay. So let's.
What are you doing?
I get a drink. I'm hot. All right. So.
Could you stop saying so?
Yes.
Stop it.
No more so's.
No more.
Okay. So in. Seriously.
You said you would stop saying that word.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We are going to start now. Goodness sakes. Okay. We're going to start with about us. And what do you have at the beginning? Our marriage. Our marriage and relationship.
Well, people ask us if this is our normal us. Like, we banter a lot. Like, there's a lot of sass and sarcasm and bantering between us.
Yes.
Giving each other a hard time. And we've known each other 27 years.
Yes.
We will be married this fall, 25.
Yes.
And I would say, yeah, this is our relationship. We are just...
We need to clarify something. I look fat in this shirt. But
That's not what we need to clarify.
we need to clarify, I think, we don't laugh all the time.
Well, we'll laugh a lot.
We laugh a lot, you know. So we are a fairly serious person. She is a type A personality.
Yes.
I am a fun-loving,
You're creative. Yeah.
person because of my background and stuff. So I am a creative, but I'm also a in the box, very trying to figure things out. Like I headlong into trying to fix things, or if I'm in a project, I won't stop until it's done. We have some common ground, but a lot of times I push her over the edge with my craziness and the bear outfit, and then she pushes me over the edge in my like insecurities.
What's that mean?
Well, like my
Is this turning into a marriage therapy?
no, like
video?
stress, like my stress, like my.
Oh yeah, I'm a challenger. Like, I like to be challenged. I like to figure problems out.
Right.
I like a linear progression to things.
Yes.
And there are some anxiety.
Anxiety would be a great word.
That I give you a hard time about.
Yes.
And that's probably not super nice.
No.
But I believe that it helps you tackle them and figure out that, hey, so I say, what is the worst that can happen?
She does say that to me a lot.
Because what is the worst that can happen?
Now, if you watch that video where everyone's been commenting about how funny it was, if you go back and you really watch it, when you got that map, I already knew she was going to do that. Like,
You didn't know. I didn't know there were spider crabs in
no, but I knew she was going to push. And she does. She pushes, and then I sometimes break.
Oh, that's not my goal, to break
No,
you.
no. But sometimes
just to make you better.
it might be hysterical laughter, or And then I get back at her with my crazy antics. And you thought the bear outfit was something. You wait till you see what's coming. I've been waiting for these for a while. Okay.
Our relationship.
Yes.
I just said the word so, too. 25 years, married. We met in college. We didn't...
She asked me out.
Well, yeah. When I see something that I want, I just go get it.
And I was worth wanting.
All of this. Anna and Brittany and Taryn and Allison. And out of those 4 daughters, we now have 3 amazing sons.
Mm-hmm.
Some people say son-in-law, but because if you married into this family, I'll just call you a son, because our girls have kind of my sass, independence, strong-headedness.
Oh, boy.
Those boys just get to be called sons. So we have Tyler and Jonah and Adele.
Yep.
So.
And then you can see the picture, I think, in the corner of the family. So we have grandchildren.
There's 6 of them. Mm-hmm. Kids. They are Ethan, Tristan, Logan, Adeline, Madison, and Colton. And they all end in N. In our daughters did that on purpose, I guess. 4 daughters, 3 sons, and 6 grandchildren.
Yeah, we have a lot going on as far as that. And you will see them in some of our upcoming episodes of just life in general.
Yeah, we get to see Allison in a couple weeks, and then we'll see everybody else. We'll see Taryn in March, and April we'll see Brittany and Brianna. So I'm excited to see them.
Okay, on to the next question, because this is gonna take a while. I think we're already like 5 minutes and probably got rid of a lot of people.
I told you we're gonna have to hurry through some of these. Do we work, or did we win the lottery?
And
are we independently wealthy?
Yeah, we get this one a lot because we have a lot of junk. If you watched our very first video, if you go back to our very first video, it's a point of contention for us because we might cry, and we don't necessarily want to cry in this video, but it really is an emotional scenario for us because we came about what we're doing due to loss of family, and specifically her father.
Yep.
So, and that was a little over a year ago. Not much over a year ago, but over a year ago. And he didn't leave us a ton of money or anything like that. He did leave his fifth wheel.
He left some toys. My dad liked toys, and I liked toys.
Yep.
So we both had, and so Dad left those for us, and we decided that we could either, he was just like literally 4 months away from retiring. He was going to retire and go travel, and that just didn't happen. He died unexpectedly from a surgery, and so we decided to take the things that he had worked hard for and he had left to me, and to just go and experience life and do what he was going to do. Unfortunately,
a lot of the stuff you see, it's not all paid off. We don't necessarily know how long we're going to be able to do this journey. We're hoping to do a year. And it is sad. He had a license plate on the back of his Corvette that said, "Thanks, Dad." So you'll see it in the garage. She hung it up there. And he received, when his father passed, left him some money, and he was able to buy his dream car, which was this amazing Corvette. And on his license plate he put, "Thanks, Dad." And then people would say, "Wow, I really wish I could have a car like that." And he would simply say, "I had to lose somebody I really loved to get this car." He would come back and say, "Look, I would trade it all to have him back." So we would do the same. So this is not the way we kind of, sorry, I did that to you. But the way I see it is that we're not saving the money, and we are basically spending what we traded in the two we got rid of the 2 Corvettes, and we got rid of his fifth wheel, and we were able to get this one so we can put the toys. But everything you see is not paid off, and honestly a lot of the money we're spending is for this endeavor was from selling some of those things to experience life while we're a little younger, and that we can have the energy, time, and effort to load, unload, take the motorcycles out, do the crazy things we're doing. We're very, very appreciative, and that's why I think we take your watching and your participating and your liking and thumbs up and your comments so important to us, because we feel like we're actually sharing a bit of his his goals too. In some of the sadness, there's great joy, and we just want to bring that to you. And I'm sorry to bring that on a down note a little bit, that if you want to go back and really see that, watch our very first video to understand that. Is there anything you want to add to that?
I think that, like you said, we'd trade this journey in a heartbeat.
Yep. We wouldn't be on this journey, though. I mean,
No.
I mean, we really wouldn't. We'd be going through our daily life,
Yeah.
doing our same routines of calling and doing all that. But we would have him, and we'd be doing, he'd come to see us so much, so we'd be hanging out with him a lot.
Yeah.
So.
But I think, to me, there's a part of it that it's super bittersweet, because I feel like this journey honors him.
Right.
Because it's something that I think he would have loved to do.
Right.
But at the same time, there's lots of times we go someplace and I just sit there and I think, oh my gosh, I would love to share this with my dad.
Right.
And so that's hard.
So when we come back and we say, don't wait or go do it, we honestly believe that even though we're doing this, if we can't go a year or 2 years since we're not independently wealthy and we have to go back to our jobs, we can. She worked in our church for a number of years and did some amazing things, and I helped start a construction type company back in Kansas City. And you're going to see some of this along our journey in April when we go back to Kansas City for a time period for marriages that we're going to go to and things like that to go visit. You're going to see some of those people in our life, and you'll probably see some of the things that we do along the way. But we are not working every day. She can work part-time on the road, but she really hasn't had time. And I have not done anything as far as the construction world except edit. I've been editing videos for you guys. And we're now up to whopping like $30 a day because of your guys' goodness. If it continues up and we get to 100,000 subscribers and maybe we can make $200 a day, it would make this journey a lot easier, and we can continue giving you content of my crazy banter and our weirdness.
I think the short answer to the question of how long we will be doing this is we just don't know.
Yeah.
We just thought we would give it a shot. And so some people say, hey, slow down, you know, you don't need to travel as often. Well, if we're only going to do this for 6 months or 8 months or a year,
right,
there's just things we want to see and we want to experience. So we're just kind of clicking through it a little faster than maybe we would
right.
if we were going to know that we're doing this for forever. But this isn't our forever. We believe we'll be back into a home in Kansas City around our family and our grandkids. But for right now, this is what we're just going to do.
Yeah. So those are
that's
kind of, that's the next thing is our goals and dreams. And so our goals were to live this out and do this amazing thing. So that's been kind of our goal. Our dreams, I mean, there's lots of things we want to do. We want to make sure that you guys understand that Switch It Up is not about this RV. We are not the clean out the poop holes and comedy relief thing as far as like what I'm going to mess up on this RV. I'm not the repair guy. She's not the organizing queen, although she's really good.
Well, and you do really good job of breaking things and fixing them.
Yes, I do. I do that. So, but Switch It Up Journey is about leaving this and experiencing all of the things. And so a lot of our videos are not going to be in the RV. So you guys need to know that it's going to be about experiencing, and then questions that come up we may answer in some video that we've watched all the YouTubers. We know them all. Changing Lanes. We know Keep Your Daydream.
We don't know them.
No, but we don't
know the RV
Yeah,
channel.
just like you're watching channels like ours. We just appreciate that. And those guys, they do an amazing time of breaking things down because we've even watched their videos. So you will not get that here. When you click on, you may see an amazing video on camera equipment, and then the next video might be us doing something out, experiencing life. That's kind of our goals and dreams. All right, next.
Okay, so next section is about Switch It Up. So
Okay.
why did we even call it Switch It Up?
We didn't know what to call it. Well, I said if I want, you got to remember that, well, give you a little backstory. I created videos for the last 11 years. Search Todd Konitzer. You'll see a lot of our life stuff. And a lot of people never really seen those videos. So we had 50, 100 views, 200 views. So when we started this journey, of course, I wanted to share. We were like, we need to start a new YouTube channel. We need to start from scratch. We need to target it in. We come up with all these different names because we watch those YouTubers. And then one night we were just sitting around. It's like, well, if we just switched it up and we did something, and then that became the name. Let's switch it up. because we don't know. Our plan this fall is to do our 25th wedding anniversary, and we might switch it up, and we were thinking about Iceland and Europe. And
depends on what the travel restrictions are.
Yes, we don't know that
and
word we don't want to say on YouTube because we don't know. But Switch It Up is more of a, not just this RV life. This is just how we get to switch it up. The switching it up could be in all forms and fashions.
And so for me, even Switch It Up is I think a lot of people are probably like this is where, and my dad was the same way. Just continue to do the same thing every day. We went to work and then we'd come home and then maybe we'd take a vacation every once in a while and we'd have some great times on the weekends. But it just becomes we do the daily. We do the every day, and we're chasing after something in our career path. And I think a lot of people, I was very guilty of it. I, didn't take all of my vacation time because I was afraid of getting behind at work. And well, what if we can't afford to do that, or I can't get away from work? And so Switch It Up for me was what my dad's death did in my brain. It's like I had to have a switch moment to realize, wow, I don't have much time left here on the planet. We don't even know how long. We never are guaranteed tomorrow. So just living today, each day, we need to switch our minds out of this mundane daily stuff that we do and think about how to capitalize on every day.
Right.
So we decided to switch it.
We did switch it quite a bit. And you have to remember, we always say this, is that no matter all of your stuff, you will never be remembered for all the stuff you have. The motorcycles, the RV, the trucks, none of that. The only thing that you will be remembered for are the things that you have done with other people and you gave into their life. That's what you will be remembered for. It won't be the stuff. It'll be the experiences with those people that on your funeral that they will stand and say, I remember when Todd and Sheila did this, or when we hung out with them, or we went on this vacation. And that's the experiences of life is what is the grounding, I think, the whole thing of this thing that we're doing.
Yeah. About Switch It Up, people have asked for gear.
Yes, they've asked for
merchandise. We hope to get that figured out.
Yeah,
and
we have personal gear. We both have a couple shirts and some different stuff.
Yeah, it looks good. And I guess I didn't think that other people would want such a thing. I know we need to have a shirt that says it's fine, everything's fine. I'm thinking maybe we should have one for everybody else to also say, I don't want to be an expert anymore.
I don't want to be an expert anymore. Seems to be the thing. And that just blurred. We are not scripted, so that just literally came out of my mouth because of her.
And that's part of us. I struggle with a filter sometimes. I just kind of say what I'm thinking. You say what you're thinking. That's just our relationship. We're just real. We're going to mess up. We're going to say things we shouldn't say.
Like this video, if you've made it this far, I give you a thumbs up yourself. Or you could subscribe.
Do all
the things. We're going to get a shirt that says that.
And also about Switch, our song. So at my job where I worked, I have some very talented friends at the church. And we were sitting around one time
having a cocktail
with Luke.lauber. And he's a super creative guy, very talented individual. And we said, we need a little jingle. And he asked me just to write some things down, and so I did, and he pulled in Nathan Fleming, which is an amazing, that kid, he's gonna do amazing things. So they put together this jingle for us.
And then Nathan actually created the video montage. I gave him all the clips, and because we were so inundated with everything going on, so they created that whole segment for us. And they also said that if you're looking for something for maybe your channel, they would entertain the fact of creating something for other people for, I don't know the amount, but they would actually do that.
So we'll put Luke's email address in here for you guys. You'll be able to email Luke. But a great couple of guys, super talented, and we are very thankful for their sharing their gifts and abilities with us.
So let's do the meaning of switch.
I have that at the end.
Ooh, it's called a teaser.
You're supposed to do the video schedule.
Okay, so let's talk.
And your music and your gear.
Okay, so Video schedule, a lot of people have been asking what is our schedule going to be. The video schedule so far is going to be Sunday. Like, I'm trying to do around 7 to 9-ish. Just depends on how we're traveling. So we're doing Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday is our video uploads. We're going to do 3 videos a week. And as you've seen, we've been popping those out. And we still have quite a few things to do. So we don't really know. We don't want to be the YouTube people that you're watching videos from 3 months ago. We want to be relevant to where we are now. So if we happen to be in an area that there are people following along, that we could be at a campfire or hang out, or we might have that possibility. But if we're too far ahead, then that won't ever happen.
That is one of our goals and dreams we would love to do, is to be able to set up these like get-togethers, these hangout times. Like somebody reached out and was talking about, doing a motorcycle ride, and we said, gosh, that'd be great. So if we could just kind of organize some of those things to bring people along and do the experiences together, because that's what it's about.
And how we're going to try to do that is on our Facebook page. We made a page that you can request to be in, and that will be like a private group that we can have independent, because not saying that we're all crazy, but there are crazy people in the world, right? I mean, so I kind of want to have some filter.
Exhibit A.
No, I'm actually a very calm person.
What about your gear?
Gear. Okay, so I did the video on the camera gear and all the stuff. When you watch that video, it kind of really goes over everything. And then watch in there, I put in the description how I edit a vlog. And it's very important that you kind of see my style and how I do it. And then the one thing in a lot of videos that really gets people is music. I use Epidemic Sound. You can click on Epidemic Sound. There's a link in that video as well, or even I'll try to put it in this description. And you can have all this music, and it's fabulous to work with. They're not paying us or anything like that. I think they give us a $10 referral, but you'd get the same referral if you send it up and then you put it in your video. So it's just a generic thing. Kind of boring, but I get that question a lot. 3 times today, actually.
Let's talk about RV life.
RV life. Woo!
Question was, how do we like our Grand Design?
I can't say we because we haven't discussed this. I really like our Grand Design a lot. I was telling her today, I finally feel like we have now settled in, and it's fabulous. As far as knowing where things are, how we're gonna work around each other, things like that. So I do. We're tailor making it to us.
Yeah, I think one thing people always need to know is, in an RV, you put your house on wheels and you go over bridges and bumps, and something's always going to break.
Yes.
And you just have to be. I'm very thankful that you can fix things. You don't break them all.
No.
Some things just break.
Yes.
And you have to be able to fix that.
That's just
part
the
of
life.
the journey with being in an RV. But I do like it. I think it's good quality. I think the floor plan is great. I didn't know how I would think about living with you in 350 square feet.
We get that a lot. A lot of people have said, I don't think I could be with my husband that much. And in essence, it's hard, because I hear that and it's like, why are you not working on your relationship now? And I don't mean that to say something derogatory. I'm just thinking that it's hard to be married 25 years and not have the ups and downs. We've had ups and downs, big ones. It's good, though, to have the kids gone and be working back on our relationship again. And so I think when I hear that, I'm like, whoa, you know what? Why not try to work on the relationship a little bit? Because, I don't know, it's really fun to be with each other in this.
Well, that's one thing about our relationship is we really enjoy doing things together and hanging out. You're my best friend, and with the kids, they became the top priority for so long. But while we had the kids in the house, we were still pretty set on us time, and I think that's helped in the end.
Right. But it was scary when we jumped in. We did have that question: are we gonna like each other?
Right.
I'm kind of a lot sometimes.
Well, and it's a hard adjustment for me, because I had 50 to 60 coworkers that I absolutely loved hanging out with and talking with and working with,
and then you're just me,
you.
voguing.
All right. How far in advance do we plan? We don't plan, but I do.
Yes, there's no we. Sheila plans it all.
I'm currently 90 days out. So
Yes.
my goal is to stay 90 days out with where we're going. Obviously, I have to be flexible with that. Things change.
We might switch it up. Like we were just talking about, well, we had this plan. Well, what if we just stayed here 2 more weeks? And then she'd have to readjust everything. But
And that's okay. I can readjust everything. But in order to get RV parks, especially in the winter where it's warm weather, I've noticed that you have to just plan farther in advance.
And we're huge. Like this whole unit setup is ginormous for a lot of places.
I'm glad you clarified that with about talking about the RV. What lessons have we learned?
I can't go there. I can't say anything. Family show. Okay.
No, I thought you were talking about me.
Family show. Keep going. What?
Lessons learned.
Lessons learned.
What lesson have we learned? Be flexible.
Yes. Number 1, be flexible.
Be okay with things breaking.
Yes. I would concur on that.
Be okay with everything that you do is going to take longer.
Oh, you don't even know. Today I was just putting up that curtain rod back there, and I said a few colorful language words, and it was supposed to last like 10 minutes, and it literally took me 2 hours.
I don't know, but
It was an hour and a half at least.
It was.
So it does take longer.
What about?
Our teardown and setup type scenario is taking us about an hour and a half to tear down, and we got it to about an hour to set everything up. That means pulling everything out and setting everything around and getting everything in place. It's about an hour.
Loading everything up, as somebody asked, Kathy asked about like the biggest challenge on moving day, and that is probably it. It's the making sure that everything is put away in its spot, tearing everything down,
Yes.
loading the
you
toy
don't-
haulers up.
You don't think about it like you got to ratchet strap things down. You've got to take that piece and throw it over here. You got to make sure nothing's on the floor to scratch the floor.
I have to put tension bars in all the
It's-
cupboards.
We have now divided out these things, and we're getting it into a rhythm.
Of who's doing what, so that we're just
Right.
covering the bases. So we are probably, it takes us longer to tear down than it does to set up, which is weird.
Yeah.
And I would think that that'd be the opposite. It's
We're
opposite in the
paranoid
event
about
where,
putting everything away.
yeah,
I think that's what it is.
just double checking everything. That's a lesson learned. Memberships are where we're staying. We currently are using 3. We have a 1,000 Trails membership. We just have the basic membership for that with the added Trails package, and then I added in the zones. So if you've looked at 1,000 Trails, you'll understand all of that. What I just said. We also use Boondockers Welcome and Harvest Host. So those
Our
are primary things that I've been using to plan with, and we use our Garmin.
Garmin. Now we did receive that Garmin. You're gonna see a lot of our stuff is. I can't call me paranoid. I don't care what you call me. What anxiety? I've just now finished.
Cautious.
Cautious.
He's extra cautious.
I just now finished putting cameras on the outside of our RV hooked up because of the way we set up our internet. You can see that video as well. So now we can run our wonderful cameras. We can run Alexa. Don't say anything. Stop. Alexa, stop. So you can run her. You can handle all different stuff. Cameras are in the truck. So we have a Garmin that shoots out our window and inside. And we also have the Garmin GPS, which is...
Oh, you mean the Garmin camera.
Yeah, the Garmin camera.
Which is pretty cool because you can just say Garmin take a picture or Garmin start recording, or or if it thinks that we've hit something, it'll start recording.
Because people cut you off and they do things, and in today's world, it is what it is. Our camera runs 24/7, so if you walk in front of our truck, it's recording, and it records interior, exterior. Our cameras are recording on the outside. It's just my paranoia. But when we go boondocking, I'm worried about boondocking in some places.
You're worried, but you're also the guy that thinks there's a Bigfoot.
I don't go to Bigfoot. Yes, we're going to look for some Bigfoots along this journey. We will. And I want to capture them. Or bears. You don't know. Real bears. Not me running around. Real bears.
I believe there's real bears in the world. But
So
I
what
don't
is
think
the-
there's a Bigfoot.
As far as the navigation goes, what is the Garmin navigation thing? Do you remember which
It's
one?
called Drive. It's connected to the Garmin. We have the 890, I
Yeah, I'm
believe.
not sure.
But what I like about it is that I can put the plan together on my phone, and then it sends it to the GPS.
And then I just drive. So she plans it all, and then I drive, and it's a challenge sometimes, but I'm figuring that out because there's a lot of anxiety to that too. Especially after the first night almost putting it in a ditch on its side.
We got that out of the way.
We did. We got it right out of the way. Real fast.
Switch. It actually, so it's not just, I just said the word too. It's not just a word for switch it up. There's a acronym for it because it's about what kind of YouTube channel it is and what Switch means for us. What kind of experience, what kind of life we want to lead, what kind of, our goal is to help and to encourage people to get out of their box.
Right.
It might just be you need to take a vacation and you just need to go camping for a weekend. That's it. Maybe it's just something that simple. Go somewhere close around town.
Even for, extend a weekend.
Yeah.
Get away, whatever.
Just try something new. It's okay to try new things.
It's okay. Crabs are fine.
Crabs are fine. Everything's fine. So the S in Switch stands for seize the moment.
Yes.
Because I think
we need to seize every moment we can.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what tomorrow may bring. You don't. You really don't.
So that's S. The W stands for with no regrets. This one's a big one for me because in September of 2019, my dad asked us to go on a vacation with him.
Yes.
And I said, hey, with work and kind of things that were going on, we'll catch the next one. There was no next one.
That was the last chance we had the opportunity to go with him.
Yeah. And I regret that.
Yep.
Not going. And so I would love for people to just do it. Just go. Just be with people. Just experience life together. You just don't know. And
which brings you to I.
Yep.
Intentional living.
Live intentional. Decide what's important. Put your priorities in line. We always say that we're going to do it later or someday, but what's most important, just be intentional about that.
Mm-hmm. Brings you to T.
T, a lot of people want to travel more, and they should travel more. There's a lot to see out there, a lot to experience.
Like I come back to not having the stuff, and the travel component, even if it's 2 hours away or going on a fishing trip or hanging with your family, that travel component, the windshield time, sometimes you're in the moment and the kids might be yelling and screaming and you're like, but those are the times you remember the most. So the travel more is kind of it's just like the thing that causes it to go forward. To happen.
There's a lot to see, and so just go do that. C is chase the dream.
Mm-hmm. And we were kind of sharing, there's a lot of dreams that we have kicking around, and we can't share all those yet because we haven't really flushed them all out. But we
dream a lot. We're big dreamers.
As you can see, we have this big thing and green all over it, and it's like great.
Well,
we go all in. When we go big.
We've dreamed a lot about we've had different businesses. You're very entrepreneurial. We think about things all the time, about different things that we could do.
Yep.
And so we need to just want people to chase the dream. We had a mentor one time that said, believe that God planted a dream inside of each person, and we just want you to follow that, figure out what that is, and go live that. Mm-hmm. So chase your dreams.
And the last one's probably one of the most important, and that's H. Go ahead.
Help others.
And that's what we hope that we're doing for you. And we may flush out some comedy and having fun and banter, but honestly,
that's just because who we are.
Honestly, our whole hopes and goals are to help others, and I think that might be rooted into our faith. We are Christians, so I'd like to think that helping others is kind of the main thing that we're supposed to be doing here on the planet in the long run, and that's kind of like a core thing. Even though sometimes you don't want to help other people, but because we're selfish and by nature, but this is a journey that's kind of cool on that. And it's not just others, it's help each other. Like, do the dishes. And so
yes, that helping people along the way, I think, is just part of who we are. And
right.
if we can help other people just do one more experience this year, or spend time with the family, or get out of their box a little bit.
And you can switch it up.
Yeah, that would be great.
So I hope that answered a number of the questions that we received. There were so many that this was the best she could do. She wrote it all out in a it was like, that was brutal, huh? Thank you so much. If you watched all the way to the end, one, I appreciate it. I would give you a thumbs up. But again, like, comment, subscribe.
Do all the things.
Because it does make a difference, and we don't know where our journey's going to happen next. So switch it up. It could be your journey too. We just appreciate you following along with us, and we look forward to talking to you again soon. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I think that covers it.
Does it?
Yeah, I think so.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I say we end with a kiss. This is going so horribly bad. Okay, let's start. Let me back up.
Okay.
Don't do that, because then I won't be able to finish. We can't do that. Oh, we haven't even done it. Okay, we're starting.